Hello there, people of the world. I'm about 2 point something hours away from my final destination for today. I'm in Texas, south of Amarillo, I believe. It is still windy, albeit not as windy as it was, making drive somewhat a little bit more tolerable. Have some casualties to report. Very unfortunately, cracked my glass. I have no idea when, I have no idea how. I don't recall anything hitting my windshield. But that being said, it's been so windy and there's just checking my straps, making sure everything is nice. So that's kind of it to that respect. I'm out here on a truck stop. Another somewhat of a casualty that I can't fix on the road, but that WeBoost antenna over there, I VHP'd it, and well, I did the same thing for all of the antennas. I VHP'd it and put some Eternabond, to kind of adhere. And basically what it's doing, I don't know if camera is picking this up, but it's listed. It's not going away, but it's like cockeyed and everything. So what I'm gonna do is, once I get somewhere final, I'm talking about. Oh, look at that. Fancy. But yeah, once I get somewhere final, it's something that I'm gonna have to probably screw in. I was hoping not to. I'm gonna see if I could, but in any event. So the damage actually occurred right there. If you have an RV, you know exactly what that is. It happens to all of us at one point or another. On my old RV, they actually had to replace entire glass. Apparently it's a state law in Florida that supposed to be covered by the insurance company as well, because otherwise it's an expensive proposition. So I'm not gonna be fixing it now until I get to Florida, and then I'll just deal with that, unless of course it starts getting worse, at which point it will have to get addressed. Interesting and notable thing about Texas, after that whole last segment and it being so uberly windy, I crisscrossed the state to the point where everything was just flat. Oh my gosh, like just miles and miles and miles of flatness. It's the weirdest thing, like I live in Florida, which is a fairly flat state, but it's nowhere near as flat as bits and pieces of Texas. So to me, one of the highlights after all of that is, if you look behind me, I'm gonna pan that away. I don't know if the camera is picking this up or not, but what I started seeing was just little weird like hills, kind of reminiscent of, hey, by the way, the Wild West is coming up sort of deal. And then they just got progressively bigger and bigger, and then I started seeing like a couple of cliffs here and there. And so now I'm in like this area where there's lots and lots of red clay, although it is being somewhat resilient, because if you look that way, it's all still fairly green. So what's been happening is it's just like it's fighting, it's trying to hold on to the last bit of like non-Wild West, if that makes any sense. Very interesting. The windmills have gone away. I must have seen just thousands. I mean, they were everywhere. Past a few local towns, lots of road construction, that kind of deal. Road is very slippery with all the twisty and windiness of it and going up and down. and the crosswinds and everything. It is gnarly. So kind of a part of the road, I suppose. So let me fix one of the straps, and it's gonna be I'm gonna have to do swap them around. Oh, had a bit of an issue with my GoPro. See, that's the reason why you always bring backup for a backup of a backup. So the GoPro that I had up on the roof, and I apologize for the noise in the background. I am in the element, but basically the GoPro started acting up, and that's exactly the reason why you bring backups. So all I did was just swap out the GoPro. I'm still gonna use the other one for I'm recording this on the phone, somewhat impromptu. So my goal, as I've mentioned before, is to record everything using the fancy cameras, you know, like drones and 4K cameras, 360 cameras, that kind of deal. But those videos you're not gonna see for quite some time. Don't be surprised if it's between 6 months to somewhat over a year. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be producing content out of the wazoo. There's going to be sort of like a ride-along content that's going to be pushed out first. That's gonna be like no commentaries, or maybe even very, very mild commentaries, if that. There's going to be updates just like this, somewhat impromptu, using my phone. But the actual high-quality cinematic stuff, I personally believe it requires expenditure of time on my part, and the only way I could do it is to physically get home, and then through the weeks and months and months and months to just grind and hack away at it. I've been writing a script for it. I'm up to video number 37, so that just kind of gets you an idea, and I haven't even began scripting Colorado videos. So there's gonna be like 30 plus videos from Utah alone, and that's just from the Moab / that whole area over there. If time permits, and after Colorado I mosey over back, well, partly because I won the lottery, but anyways, so that's gonna be additional. So there's gonna be tons and tons and tons of high quality content forthcoming, and like I said, the only way I could accomplish it is by just doing a proper job. For anything else like this, it's just gonna be a quick shotgun with a phone, and then there's gonna be some ride-alongs that are gonna be posted before that. So let me fix this strap, which, by the way, you always have to check your straps. My straps keep shifting, the load is shifting, I keep tightening them, and there's just this one over here is really giving me the grief, so I have to fix it.